Hello and welcome back to another week in new genre books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine we're going to talk about all the new science fiction, fantasy, and horror books being published the week of September 24th, 2024. New fiction from Dean Koontz, Catherine M. Valente, and Rick Riordan. Cinderella May Eat Rats, a Black Box of Doom, plus an anthology of Chinese sci-fi stories translated into English for the first time. While you are here, please like this video and hit the subscribe button for more so that you stay up to date on all of the new speculative fiction book releases coming out. Thank you. First up, science fiction, we have 6 titles. From Catherine M. Valente, we have Space Oddity, out from Saga Press in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a science fiction novel second in the space opera series. The Megagalactic Grand Prix, part gladiatorial contest, part beauty pageant, part concert extravaganza, and part continuation of the wars of the past, returns, and the fate of the Earth is once again threatened. From Jessie Ball, we have The Repeat Room, out from Catapult in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a dystopian science fiction novel. Abel, a menial worker, is called to serve in a secretive and fabled jury system. At the heart of the system is the Repeat Room, where a single juror, selected from hundreds of candidates, is able to inhabit the defendant's lived experience and see through their eyes. From Michael Mamet, we have Dark Side, out from Harper Voyager US in trade paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a military science fiction novel, 4th in the Planet Side series. Retired Colonel Carl Butler refuses to get caught up in another government investigation. When a runaway 12-year-old girl whose father has gone missing asks him for help, how's he going to say no? From Dan Moren, we have The Armageddon Protocol, out from Angry Robot in trade paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction novel, the 4th and final book in the Galactic Cold War series. On the heels of terrorist attacks on the planet Nova's capital, the Special Projects team finds itself targeted. Framed, it's up to the team to clear their names, even if that means making a deal with an old enemy to carry out a daring heist. I mean, you aren't gonna like every single aspect of your job now, are you? That's why they call it work. From Cat Rambo, we have Rumor Has It, out from Tor in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a science fiction novel, 3rd in the Disco Space Opera series. The crew of You Sexy Thing has laid a course for Coralland Station, hoping the station's famed gardens will provide an opportunity to regroup, recoup, and mourn their losses while finding a way to track down their enemy, Pirate King Tubal Last. From Tim Rousseau, we have God is a Tequila Worm, out from Running Wild in trade paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction novel. A man struggling with Alzheimer's and unable to communicate moves into a nursing home where, without permission, his mind is loaded into a simulated universe. Next up, horror, we have 8 titles. From Hanna Alkaf, we have The Hysterical Girls of St. Bernadette, out from Salam Reads in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult horror novel. A school for girls experiences an outbreak of screaming. First one student in the middle of class, and by the end of the day, 17 girls are affected. One girl trying to save her sister, and another afflicted by screaming, dig into the school's dark history, hunting for the truth. From Ian X. Cho, we have Aisle 9, out from Harper Teen in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult dystopian horror novel. Ever since the world filled with portals to hell and bloodthirsty demons started popping out on the reg, Jasper's life has gotten worse and worse. Jasper spends his days working as a checkout clerk at the Here For You discount mart, where a hell portal in aisle 9 means danger every shift. From Johnny Compton, we have Devils Kill Devils, out from Nightfire in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a horror novel of angels, devils, and vampires, and a woman who sees the world in a new way when her guardian angel murders someone she loves. From W.R. Gorman, we have We Kept Her in the Cellar, out from Crooked Lane in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a horror novel, a drastic revisioning of the story of Cinderella from a stepsister's point of view. Eunice lives her life by 3 simple rules. 1, always refer to Cinderella as family. 2, never let Cinderella get access to rats or mice. 3, never look upon Cinderella between the hours of 12 and 3 a.m. I guess everybody's somebody's stepsister. From Dean Koontz, we have The Forest of Lost Souls, out from Thomas and Mercer in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is the thriller/horror novel. A young woman raised in the forest by her great-uncle has an almost preternatural affinity for nature, especially wolves. Then the love of her life dies in a tragic accident, but it wasn't really an accident, and the same powerful men who got rid of him want to get rid of her next. From Jason Pargin, we have I'm Starting to Worry About This Black Box of Doom, out from St. Martin's in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a darkly humorous horror novel. A rideshare driver is offered $200,000 in cash to carry a young woman and her mysterious box from LA to Washington, D.C., and something's in pursuit. From Tanya Pell, we have Cicada, out from Shortwave in trade paperback and ebook. This is a horror novella, fourth in Shortwave's Killer VHS series. Ash is stranded at a rural horror film festival about a giant killer cicada and can't decide what's worse, the movie or her idiot boyfriend. Then she realizes she's starring in the bloody sequel when people start dying and the locals won't let them leave. From Lilium Rivera, we have Tiny Threads, out from Del Rey in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a supernatural thriller and horror novel. Fashion-obsessed Samara takes a dream job with famous California designer Antonio Mota. Samara starts hearing voices and discovers hints that the House of Mota may be built on a foundation of secrets and lies. I mean, secrets and lies are probably what a lot of things are built on, am I right? The secrets are like the bricks and the lies just go between them and keep the secrets all sort of stacked nicely. I'm no architect, but I think that's how it works. Next up, fantasy, we have 8 titles. From Jedediah Barry, we have The Naming Song, out from Tor.com in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a fantasy novel set in a world where language failed. For one unnamed courier of the Names Committee, the task of delivering new words preserves her place in a world that fears her. From Aaron A. Craig, we have The 13th Child, out from Delacorte in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a young adult fairy tale fantasy novel based on the Grimm brothers' Godfather death. Hazel Trepat is a 13th child, promised to her godfather Merrick the dreaded end. Merrick blesses Hazel with a gift, the ability to instantly work out the exact cure needed to treat the sick. And she's also forced to kill the people who can't be saved. From Margaret Killjoy, we have The Sapling Cage, out from Feminist Press at CUNY in trade paperback ebook and audio. This is a fantasy novel of trans witchcraft, the first in the Daughters of the Empty Throne trilogy. Laurel dreams of becoming a witch, but can't, because she was born a boy. From Crystal King, we have In the Garden of Monsters, out from Mira in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a gothic fantasy romance novel reimagining the story of Persephone and Hades in 1948 Italy. A woman with no memory of her past is asked to go with Salvador Dali to Italy's Garden of Monsters, a place full of giant statues that sometimes seem alive. Who's saying no to that? From Rick Riordan, we have Percy Jackson and the Olympians' Wrath of the Triple Goddess, out from Hyperion in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a young adult fantasy novel, 7th in the series, about teens descended from the Greek gods. Percy Jackson, now a high school senior, needs a recommendation letter from Hecate, and all he has to do is pet sit. Nothing goes as planned, and the goddess's pets escape. From Anthony Ryan, we have A Tide of Black Steel, out from Orbit US in trade paperback ebook and audio. This is a fantasy novel, the first in the Age of Wrath series, inspired by Norse mythology. The land of Iscarlia, a fabled realm of bloodied steel and epic sagas, has been ruled by the Sister Queens for centuries. Now, there's all these longships coming, full of mysterious tattooed warriors sailing under the banners of a murderous cult of oathbreakers long thought extinct. From Anthony Ryan, we have The Road of Storms, out from Subterranean Press in hardcover and ebook. This is a fantasy novella, 6th in the Seven Swords series. As the ancient king of Alcedon struggles with a bloody rebellion sparked by an ancient evil, Guyaime, legendary Ravager king of the north made immortal by the demonic sword he carries, comes leading his band of sword-bearers to save the day. From C.M. Wagoner, we have The Village Library Demon Hunting Society, out from Ace in trade paperback ebook and audio. This is a contemporary fantasy novel. Librarian Sherry Pinkwhistle keeps finding bodies and solving murders. She's concerned by just how many killers she's had to track down in her quaint village. With the help of her town's new priest and an assortment of friends who dub themselves the Demon Hunting Society, Sherry will have to solve the murders and get rid of the demon. Finally, in collections and anthologies, we have 2 titles. From Mariana Enriquez, we have A Sunny Place for Shady People, out from Hogarth in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a collection of 12 horror stories of people dealing with the surreal and the supernatural, translated from the Spanish by Megan McDowell. From Shui-Ting C. Ni, we have Xenophagia, out from Solaris UK in trade paperback and ebook. This is an original anthology of 14 Chinese horror stories in their first English language appearance, translated by editor Ni, who provides notes on each. Authors include Zhao Dedong, Kai Jun, Su Min, and Gu Shi. That wraps up this week. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on so that YouTube can help us connect. Also, leave us a comment and let us know what books you are looking forward to and what you're digging from this list. Tell us what you're reading. We want to know. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. We couldn't do this work without your support. You can subscribe to the magazine at locusmag.com, join our Patreon family at patreon.com/locus, or follow us on most platforms at Locus Mag and at Locus Magazine. We'll see you next week with more new books.